Hi, I'm Joe Welinske, and I'm the program manager for ConveyUX, which is Seattle's annual user experience conference produced by BlinkUX. We've done it 6 years in a row. We're going into our 7th year, coming up March 11th, 12th, and 13th. And so we're really looking forward to that. We'll have a lot of great speakers, and I'm talking to one of our presenters right now. So I'd like to say hello to Rashna and Razdan. Hello, Rashna. How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
Everything's good. It's a nice day in Seattle down on the waterfront. Where are you talking to us from?
I'm talking to you from the Zscaler headquarters in San Jose, California.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about your topic in a little bit, but a good place to start is just you talking about your background and all the things you've been involved in.
Sure. So I have quite an interesting background. I actually come from an engineering background. I studied computer engineering at the University of Waterloo, which is in Canada. And I started off really enjoying engineering, but I did a couple of internships at the beginning of my engineering studies, and I quickly realized during those software engineering internships that I was a lot more interested in the design of interfaces as opposed to writing the code and building those interfaces in code. And getting that insight was really good because it allowed me to take a lot of human-computer interaction related courses during engineering. So I kind of took those courses on top of my normal engineering course load. So it was quite a lot of work, but I was so passionate about it that it was just great being able to learn those things. And it ended up being super useful as I transitioned after university from engineering into UX design. Having sort of that theoretical understanding and knowledge was really awesome.
Well, what were some of the jobs that you've worked on, some of your positions and the types of things that you've done?
Sure. So right out of engineering, my first job was at NextJ Systems, which is located in Toronto. I was working as a UI and UX developer there in a really small and agile team. So my primary job starting off was writing a lot of front-end code, but it also involved working really closely with the designers. And since it was such a small team within a larger organization, I had a lot of opportunities to contribute to the design itself. We were quite limited on design resources, so a lot of the times engineers had to create their own mocks and make justified design decisions because designers just were so tight in terms of their time. So that kind of allowed me to get a lot of on-the-job experience and a good insight into working as a UX designer. And I just knew that's what I was super passionate about, and that's what I loved doing. So for my next job, I only looked for UX design positions, and I ended up getting an awesome opportunity working as a UX designer at a design agency here in California. So that involved me moving all the way from Canada to California and taking up this role within this design agency. And I got just a ton of really great experience working at that agency. And that was Web Inertia. They're located in downtown San Jose. Working as a UX designer there, I got to work with a lot of really cool clients, like HPE, for instance, and Google. And those projects really, they really kind of got me a lot of experience working in really sort of high-profile projects involving larger teams, as well as cross-functional teams, working a lot with developers, designers, PMs. And I knew I was really interested in sort of the more technical and data-heavy apps. So I got the opportunity to work as a UX designer here at Zscaler. And those are exactly the kind of apps that I'm working on right now. Apps that basically have to display a lot of complex data in a way that's clean and in a way that users can easily digest that data and spot critical trends really easily. Since in the security industry, that's of the utmost importance.
Well, it seems like you've got a lot of great experience done in a short time, balancing both the technical developer side of things and the designing part of it that you're passionate about. Are there any other things that you has your interest right now?
Sure. Right now, actually, I'm fascinated with animation and motion design, and I've been really lucky to incorporate that into recent projects that I've been working on here at Zscaler. I've been experimenting a lot with using Framer, and that's something I can bring in my coding skills, incorporate that into creating those animations with Framer, and just adding those subtle micro interactions into our application just brings the application to life, and the users find it really exciting, as well as I feel like it really improves the usability as well. So it's just an all-around awesome thing to explore and to integrate into your application.
And do you feel that you mentioned that you're able to do some of your coding for that. Do you think it would be otherwise really difficult for you to use a tool like Framer to achieve the goals that you wanted if you didn't have your background?
It certainly helped get me up to speed with using Framer and just producing sort of more complex outputs at a faster speed than someone who didn't know anything about JavaScript, for instance. But I believe Framer is designed with designers in mind, so it's meant for primarily designers to use. And there's a lot of documentation online, and it's you can really start producing results in it without having a lot of knowledge about code.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, thanks for that little tip and introduction. Now let's jump into the session that you're going to do, which is one of the sessions in our development stream. We have several different interest areas, and that's one of them. And your topic is titled "Design Smarter by Getting in the Head of a Developer." So give us a little taste of what's going to be in that presentation.
Sure. So as I mentioned, I have a background and extensive work experience working as a front-end developer. So this kind of gives me a really unique insight into the similarities and differences between the two roles of a designer and developer, as well as insight into what the priorities of developers are and what they're kind of apprehensive of as they view a design mock. So having that sort of inside knowledge is something that really helps me as a designer right now in terms of strategies, tools, and techniques that I can use to ensure that my designs are something that the engineers are able to appreciate and something that the engineers are able to implement. And understanding how engineers think also allows me to maintain my design integrity as my designs go through different review phases, because I can justify certain design decisions by means of ways that developers can understand and appreciate, and really have backings for things that the engineers may ask. So preparing for those technical or engineering related questions about my designs ensures that my designs move forward a lot faster. And that's something that I want to share during my presentation. So I want to offer concrete techniques, tools, and strategies that people can use in their own workplace as designers to make sure that their designs go through engineering reviews a lot more smoothly and kind of improve the overall relationship between designers and developers.
Well, you definitely have a topic that I think is going to be of interest to a lot of people, always an area that we want to try to improve better collaboration. So looking forward to having you at the conference, and we'll see you in Seattle in March.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to being there.